Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at being princess brides, but mostly we're poor at making art. My name's Benj.
And my name is Isaac. And boy, oh boy, am I excited for today's drawing. You know? Just for those of you who are at home today, lying in bed, sick, let us be your proverbial grandfather coming in through the door, coming to read you the story of the Princess Bride. Because that's who we are.
We realized we haven't done a movie in a while.
Yeah,
mostly because there hasn't really been a movie worth talking about in a while.
But if ever there was a movie worth talking about, it would be The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride is arguably the best movie ever made.
Yeah.
Like,
people could argue that.
I would argue that it's right up there.
Yeah.
In the greatest movies ever made. It is the perfect blend of like medievally fun with humor and a love story and action.
Yeah.
It has sports.
It has everything.
Yeah. Yeah, really. It really does. It's one of those movies that it's like a rite of passage, you know. Every kid gets to be an age where their parents are like, I think it's time for you to watch The Princess Bride. Growing up, it was the movie that was like always on TV. It was always on some channel every weekend. If you wanted to watch The Princess Bride, you could have.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those like safe movies.
It is.
Because it's like everyone likes it. Like you're not worried about someone being like, oh, I hate that movie.
No, like you can't.
And it's also like appropriate for most ages. Yeah, you know, it's like PG or whatever.
Unless you're my mom growing up, then you'd have to skip the torture scene until you're a little older. But even that's pretty mild.
Yeah, like you call it a torture scene, but it's like someone laying there.
he gets 10 years of his life sucked away. That's
well, I mean,
quite tragic.
But it's like you don't
suction cup life out of somebody. It's not pretty.
But I mean, it's just a guy laying there with a suction cup on him.
He's yelling, I think. But let's not talk about that scene. This movie, see, it's just perfect because it's not so dumb. It's not like Monty Python dumb. You know, you show Monty Python to somebody, there's a chance they won't like it because it's just too stupid. Yeah, you know, you have to be in the right setting and the right mood. You're never not in a mood for Princess Bride.
The thing that so many, and this is why this is one of the reasons that a lot of movies modern aren't that good.
There's a lot of reasons,
but it because they like replace like story with comedy. But it's like, because you can't, like, the reason that Princess Bride is so good is because it has comedy, but it doesn't ignore the love story.
There's a chance I already ruined this drawing. I just want to point that out.
I mean, that's always how it works. But yeah, like you don't, like it doesn't sacrifice story or the love story or the action for comedy.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Princess Bride. I'm so sorry for what I'm doing to this. This is one of those things. I feel more pressure with this drawing than almost any drawing I think we've ever done. Because I hold this movie at such high esteem in my life.
Right.
You know?
Like we have a rule that like we don't draw people that we respect, which we break all the time. But like this is like we're drawing a movie that we respect.
Would you believe that's Princess? The Princess?
I mean, maybe with the right hair.
Oh gosh.
You know, hair does cover a multitude of sin, as you often say.
There's so much sin happening already, and I can't erase it.
But like part of it is there's no hair. Like it looks like the head of a worm.
But like I have to make a decision here. Do I make this? This is gonna be the prince. Like I cannot, in good conscience, make this a woman.
But like that's the nose on the right. Is that correct? Okay.
There's his crown.
See, the problem with making this the prince is that there's a significant chance that the next thing you draw is worse.
Then I'll go back and make this the princess. Oh, he has such a weird neck. It's like a sock puppet. Gosh, I'm so nervous, you know? Okay. Here's the thing, too. The prince in this movie kind of wears a dress.
His eye really looks like it's looking towards the ear. You know, like it's almost like the ear is the nose. Like, so this is what I'm picturing right now. Everyone at home, look at this with me. The ear is the nose. The nose is the ear. The person is looking towards their right, the left of the screen, and like doing like a smirk on the side.
I'm really sorry for everything you're seeing.
Like, and they have like emo hair going over the one eye. Like that's this person. This is like an emo princess. That's what I see right now.
And you're only like half wrong. Okay. Prince. There's his body. Some more of his body. It's just acknowledge that he kind of looks like a puppet from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Still just so much.
I know.
Like, even that just made it more look like... Oh, it just keeps going.
The person's real. He has like a dress. Like the prince in the movie has like a dress.
No, he doesn't. He has a cape. He wasn't. I mean, I guess he kind of had
that
like
weird
that
skirt thing.
Yeah, but like not really like a dress. Ooh.
He's a real derpy prince. I give up. We were talking before this drawing, and I was like, I have such a vision for today's drawing. And Benji's like, yeah, but how long until you give up on that vision? It's like, apparently it's immediate. Like, it's so bad already.
Like, was this prince supposed to be someone epic?
No.
Or like, is this prince allowed to be
He can be
the
bad.
worst? Because, I mean, he's the worst. And, like, his arm is so short compared to his body.
Yeah.
Like, put your arm down while you're standing up right now, people. How far past your waist does your arm go?
I think he just has
Is it
really
not
low,
reaching your waist?
He has really low pants.
Yeah, but we can see where his, like, bottom turns into the legs.
Nice princely shoes. This guy is just...
And still his face, like every time I look at it, it's what I described earlier.
That's what you're seeing.
It makes it like the worse, I think.
I can't fix what you're seeing.
You can't. It's just what it is.
Okay. We have a prince. Is he the prince I set out to draw? No. No, he's not. But now we need a princess.
Why are his arms so short?
His pants are just really low.
But like really low. Like put your arms down. How close to your knees do your arms get?
I understand that it's not... Yeah, it's just how this world works. It's how he's going to be. It's how he is. It's how he was born. You'll also notice he was born with 4 fingers on his right hand.
Yep.
Just like in the... You know how it needs to be. The 4-fingered man.
I think you might mean...
Well, I know what the actual movie says. The 6-fingered man. You know? But that's not what we got going on here.
Mm-hmm.
We got the 4-fingered man.
But still, is he a man?
I said he is, so he must be.
And his cape is the same as his hair.
Isn't she lovely?
The candlestick that you're drawing over there?
A melted candlestick. She's a melted candlestick of a woman.
What body parts are you drawing right now?
Eye, mouth, nose.
What? What? Wrinkle?
Hair. I need hair. Stat. Oh, it's so bad.
This... Like, I don't even know what to say about how bad this is.
So much hair.
She's like a weird, small-eyed cyclops with like.
I don't know how to fix your eye, man.
And so like her cheeks are like puffed out.
Oh,
she's like whistling.
It worse.
It's just a cyclops now.
All right.
The cyclops with like whistling. A whistling cyclops.
Yeah, it is. She is a cyclops. I tried to fix it and it just affirmed that she's a cyclops. Okay, so this is not the Princess Bride you've come to know. This is a new. You know, like how they always tease that they're gonna like redo the Princess Bride, and everyone's like, "No, don't do it. You'll ruin it."
Because they'll do this. They'll be like, oh, she should really be a cyclops.
Yeah, you know what the original was missing? Cyclops. Maybe I can.
And the prince should look distinctly like an emo girl from the side.
I'm just on a kick of emo girls from last week.
Why is her neck like falling off her body? Like it's not connected.
It is now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like this is not a person. This is like a broomstick that the prince just like put a dress on and painted.
No, it's real. It's a real.
He ran out of ink, so he couldn't do the second eye.
It's not like a mop. We've all thought about that.
This is from Lilo and Stitch. That like one-eyed alien that like dresses up.
Oh, she has a real thick leg.
Thicker than the prince, that's for sure. She's also taller than the prince.
Yeah, well. A nice meaty cyclops leg and foot.
Also, like, just looking at the way her body appears to be, her legs are so long.
The dress is very misleading.
But, like, based on her, like, arm.
Oh, gosh, that arm failed me at the end.
Even at the end.
Oh, gosh.
Is she also a four-fingered?
No, she has 5, you can see. So that throw perfectly normal looking hand.
Like, I can imagine there's a thumb somewhere hidden.
5 fingers is so weird to draw.
Yeah, like, her 5 fingers on the left hand
real
is the worst.
It's just worth noting that the hand mangler...
It's like a fan. This lady...
Do I try to draw a second eye back here? I feel like I'd missed and it would make it worse. It's the kind of thing you have to focus on when you're doing art. Like, what if I miss? What if the pen misses and I get the eye in just such an inexplicable place? I'm shaking. Maybe later. For now,
She's so hideous.
Well, okay, this is a different take on the Princess Bride. Like I said, this is the man. Okay. Let's just. Okay.
Hideous.
Just like in the regular Princess Bride, there's a giant. Here we'll have a little dwarf man. Who may or may not have a mouth. It's like a Picasso. It's like horrifying Picasso.
It's so bad.
It's just he's happy at least.
And he's also like so short. And an arm. It's like a weird bird thing.
He's related to the...
Like, this looks more like a bird than your bird drawing that you did yesterday or last week.
Apparently you can see both of his legs.
Even though he's more sideways than the other characters.
Yeah, I know. It's just how your head is turned, okay? Anyway, there's no giants in this.
And like that arm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like why is it like he doesn't have a shoulder? Like it's just like one arm sticking out the front?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. Like he doesn't have an arm on this side.
Okay.
Why does he have one arm sticking out of his chest? Oh, I don't like that.
Time for a man of the cloth.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it can't be worse than what you've already done.
It's arguably the best person I've drawn so far.
I mean, he looks real concerned.
If you were marrying these two, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if the prince came up to me and is like, I'm marrying this mop.
It's not a mop. It's a woman.
I drew an eye on it.
There's curves. Woman. Woman.
But, like, there's too many curves. Like, he just, like, tied pillows to the mop and put a dress on it.
His arms must be in there somewhere.
He just has the speech memorized. He doesn't need to like hold anything or have a podium or like actual feet. Like he's not standing on anything. He's just kind of like wiggling his legs above the floor.
It's almost like he's, you know how like you bob on your toes when you're nervous? It's just like going up and down, you know?
Also, like, where is the floor in this room? Because, like, the prince is higher up than the lady and the dwarf. Like, the lady and the dwarf are standing on
he could be on
the
a box,
bottom
I
of the
suppose.
page.
He could be on a box. It's like a chandelier.
Oh, I was wondering what Sarah was doing at the wedding.
Nope, chandelier. It's a real basic chandelier.
It's also like the chain is weirdly on one side.
Just assume it's attached to something in there.
It's also like not straight.
Yeah, but you know.
So like, what's actually holding up the chandelier?
Just stare at it. Just keep looking at it. It's better than anything below it. Okay, so we've got Mr. Marriage here.
Oh,
he made his hat out of a kite.
Is he a man of the cloth, or did he just like?
He's kind of like the man of the sackcloth at the moment. He's just, you know, he's like a burlap sack that he crawled into. It's like, this is how I live now in repentance of my marriages that I perform.
Because he's willing to do marriages like this.
Lives in everlasting repentance. Just. He has shoes. Makes it all.
I mean, that's a little bit better. Because it doesn't look like he has fake feet dangling.
Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that something I did made this drawing better and not worse.
Well, that made it worse.
I know. Her wedding dress has pockets.
Oh, like that you can't reach.
Lean.
That's a lean to get to your pockets.
That's how dresses are, man.
It's not.
It's like the kind of thing a woman would tell you. She'd be like, yeah. You'd be like, well, at least dresses have pockets now. And she'd be like, yeah, but we can't reach them. You know, like there's nothing about women's fashion that's like convenient or like how it should be. You know, like we finally got pockets that are big enough, but we can't reach them. Like can't use them. You know, they're sewn shut.
Yeah.
Or like they're just too. You know, I imagine she can lean. Okay.
Lean. I don't even know if she can lean. I mean, brooms and mops can't lean.
I need to get some dialogue in here. My name is... Oh no, hang on, I forgot. Goodbye. My name is Iniga Montoya.
You don't normally say goodbye at a wedding.
You saved my father. Prepare to live.
I see you like changed most things to be opposite. Although I kind of feel like it should have been like saved her mother.
Dang it all, you're right. It's too late for that now. Actually, no it's not. Through the through the magic of editing and revising, you saved my, I almost said father, hang on, I meant mother. Prepare to live. You know? Like, I don't, like, who's she accusing? I feel like she's accusing the priest. He looks like he's accusing her, you know?
He looks like he thinks she's accusing. Like he's like looking at her finger.
Yeah,
like why is that pointed at me? That finger?
Yeah. It's very much so.
Like, I don't remember saving anyone.
Who else we missing? We got the four-fingered man.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Princess. Her name can't be Buttercup.
Who's the princess?
This.
I thought her name is Iniga Montoya.
Oh yeah, that's true. Her name is Iniga Montoya, but that's not what they call her. They call her Princess. Like, have you ever thought about the name of Princess Bride? It didn't make much sense. You know, Princess Bride. Like, she's not a princess because she never marries the prince because he's a scumbucket.
Yeah.
Like,
I for the longest time thought the movie was called The Prince's Bride.
Yeah, because that would kind of make sense, right? It's all about this prince who wants to have a bride.
Yeah, and she is the prince's bride.
Yeah,
but she's not a princess bride.
One letter off.
Yeah, because if she was a princess bride, then she would be a princess already. I mean, like, I guess there's some amount of sense. Like, if she actually was the bride, then she would be the princess.
Her name is not Buttercup. It is Milk Pitcher. Princess Milk Pitcher.
Right.
Pitcher is not a cup. No one could confuse the two. And when you're making butter, you have milk and you have the butter. You know, so like it's the opposite.
Right.
Yeah, you'd think the opposite of a buttercup would be like a different flower. No, it's a milk pitcher. He's like, Princess Milk Pitcher. He's confused, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, because she's like at a wedding and saying goodbye.
Yeah. So like,
I'm leaving because you saved my mother.
So like, but okay. So here's the thing. She's not accusing him. She's accusing this guy, the four-fingered man.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how it works. The four-fingered man is the one who saved her mother.
So everyone knows 4 is the opposite of 6.
It is the other direction on the number line.
Right.
So, but then like, do I launch into this guy's whole speech? He's just like, you know, the marriage. Do I go into the?
Are you gonna do like the opposite?
I can do the opposite. It'd be like divorce. Divorce is what brings us apart today. Divorce. That's what's the opposite of blessed?
Cursed.
That cursed awangement. That nightmare within a nightmare. And hate, true hate, will weave you alone sometimes. So take for granted your love, your hate. I don't know. It's like the opposite.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you don't need to write that whole speech.
Yeah,
You said it.
It was
that
spoken
was
word.
Yeah.
You know,
Spoken word art.
Okay, but like, who are we missing? We're missing the man in white.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the man in white who is secretly in love with.
You like mixed the
Yeah.
Spaniard and the
princess.
And the princess.
Uh-huh.
Like what would be like if you were doing just the opposite? What would be the opposite of a Spaniard?
Who doesn't like Spain? See, okay, opposite of Spain. Be like Spanish. What's the opposite of Spanish language? The opposite of Spanish language is like German. German.
Mm-hmm.
You know? The
I feel like
German
German and Spain are pretty opposite.
Yeah, you know, he'd be like, "Nine." That's the only thing he'd say. you. I can't do a bad German accent. I won't do that to Germany. Not because they don't deserve it, but just because I don't want. I don't want to try too hard.
And if he was a swordsman, what's the opposite?
He's like
a swordsman.
You know, the opposite of a swordsman.
He's like a
something not
pen drawer.
Yeah.
Pen.
Clearly, he's an artist.
Yeah.
Draw this poor pen art, you know. But I think we could at least have the man in white pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he coming from?
I mean, at this time in the movie, he was laying in a bed.
Yeah, I know, right? Like he's waiting for this sham of a marriage.
Okay. And also, he can't really get up off the bed.
Yeah, that's also very true.
So I think he should be like running around, dancing, jumping.
He has. Yeah, it's interesting. Those buttons in the wrong place. Ooh, that's an interesting head.
that's a head. The thing that most confuses me about Princess Bride, the movie, is the beginning.
Why?
Because it's like, what is the situation? Like, right, so it's called Princess Bride. And once you realize that that's the name, you almost are like, okay, so she must be a princess.
But like,
it's like she's living by herself in this farm with the other most beautiful person in the village.
That's just how it works. You have the two most beautiful people in the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, I don't know. I guess her whole family has died and she's inherited the farm.
Maybe.
But she also has like a servant,
right?
The farm boy.
Yeah.
You know, there's no one else around for miles. You know, and like somehow, it's like weird that they're like, oh, he's in love with me. Of course, he's the only person around. 50 miles.
There's just you two.
His whole family is clearly dead. Your whole family is clearly dead. You two have a farm. You're living at the farm together.
And it's not like this big farm.
No,
like, we see the house that they live in. It's like the one room farmhouse.
Yeah. He clearly sleeps like in the barn, and she sleeps in the one room in the inside. And she's like, "Farm boy, fetch me some water." And he's like, "Oh, I don't know how I feel." You know, clearly you're both like the only people. Like you're in like we have to repopulate the world situation, basically where you two are at.
And like, how old are they?
Yeah,
like because how long does the time pass till till it picks up again?
I don't know.
Because
she's just like alone there on the farm.
Yeah,
the whole time he's gone. Like, how does she survive?
Yeah, like no wonder she agreed to marry the prince.
Yeah,
because it's just like she doesn't know how to run the farm by herself.
Yeah, of course not.
Do they even have a farm? Like, we don't see a farm.
There's like an animal.
There's just like a small hut.
Yeah. The setup of that movie is just the lowest budget. Yeah. They're like, should we hire a family? We can't afford one. Should he like have a backstory? We can't afford one.
They're just on a farm
and in love. See, but like they don't realize.
But there's no farm.
Yeah.
We don't have the budget for that. There's one room,
and then he leaves, and then somehow a prince arrives and takes her away. You know, because he's probably like lost desperately lost one day, like 50 miles from
I think
town.
everyone knows where they are. It's like, oh yeah, that's where the beautiful. That's the beautiful people farm.
Beautiful farm. They survive on their beauty alone. They can't die. They're too beautiful.
We sent the two most beautiful people.
Yeah. They've been cursed with beauty and abandoned to the wilderness. Like,
They've built a small hut.
Yeah. And they act like they barely even know each other.
They just like pretend.
Do they ever speak?
It's like watching like models just like be aloof with each other.
Like seriously, like
they should be in love, but it's like both of them
when that movie opens
like
up,
they're too good.
When that movie opens up, you're just like, do they even know each other? Like, have they met?
Yeah.
Like they clearly don't speak.
He says one thing always.
Oh, look at that.
But yeah, like the rest of the movie's great. The intro, you're just like, what's going on here?
That's his pen.
Oh, he's also an artist.
Man in white has a pen. Oh, the pen really is so far in this corner from where it actually is. Yet perfection. Yes, it's really high.
Why is he wearing such short pants? Like they're not shorts though.
I think when you're hanging upside down like he is,
they're just bunching up a little bit. What is that?
The rope that's around his waist.
Oh.
I don't know. This guy's hanging from the ceiling.
But
Man in white.
That rope is also not like taut. So like, what's actually holding him up?
He's just bungee.
Oh, he's
like
just still coming down. He's gonna be. He's just gonna swing to the left, off frame real soon here. What is that? Is that something of unusual size?
No, it's a rat of usual size. It's a rodent of usual size.
I see.
Yeah. ROUS. An ROUS.
It's just longer.
It's the same thing.
Not a rat of usual size.
It's just a normal sized rat, you know?
I
There's
thought
probably more things I could do to this, like, you know, you could have the torture scene, and he's like, "I just added 10 years to your life."
Just the opposite.
Yeah, you know, like,
yeah.
You know,
but like that's why he's so full of energy here.
Yeah,
he's not like laying in bed. It's like just 10 years added to his life.
In white, you know.
Yeah.
There's lots you could do with this. You know, you have like.
I think it would be
the gate that's guarded by no one. You know.
Yeah. Why isn't that like a thing? Like where like people on YouTube just do like an opposite of a movie.
I think we're starting something here. You know,
someone with more time and budget than us. You should go like remake The Princess Bride, but opposite.
That'd be great. We'll help.
Yeah, hire us to play characters.
I will play Buttercup. I mean, Milk Pitcher. Like, how opposite would you have to get?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously you would want it to keep with basically the same story so that it's the same thing.
You just make it opposite when it's funny.
Yeah, like opposite. Like every character is like opposite,
but they're also
and like and their like goal is like opposite. Like
Inigo Montoya is trying to track down the man that saved her mother, the four-fingered woman that saved her mother. I guess if you're going real opposite, so that he can give her a sword.
Like not, like not every character has to be like gender bent necessarily.
Not necessarily.
But it's like as long as like something about them
just
opposite,
like
like motivation or you know, like this is the man in white, it's not the woman in white. You know, you didn't just change every.
No, I don't know who that prince is though. He's like the prince and the four-fingered man. She's Inigo Montoya and the princess.
You've heard.
I combined two characters.
You combined some characters.
Like I didn't have time to draw everything.
Yeah,
but I think you get the idea, right? You get the idea. I think we're good. I think I've done not what I set out to do, My priest is easily my favorite character in this. He's just real interesting.
Yeah, I mean, your dwarf
I'm gonna
guy.
leave her a cyclops. I just have to. I wanted to go back and fix it, but
Look at it closer. It's even worse.
yeah.
Everyone get real close to your screen.
It's such a good movie, and I feel like I respect the movie too much to have done this drawing. You know?
Well, that's why you did like opposite of the movie. So you didn't like really.
Yeah.
You disrespected its opposite.
That's true. And if you disrespect its opposite, it's kind of like loving on the original. You know? That's why if you have
same thing.
That's why if you know two twins and you love one, you just hate the other one, and that shows the one how much you love them. I think. No. Yes. Sort of. An opposite version of The Princess Bride is the only way they could ever do Princess Bride again, because it was done perfect the first time. Just trying to think through every scene how they'd be opposite. Let's go into the... It couldn't be the fire swamp. It would have to be the ice cave. Like, what's the opposite? The ice desert, you know?
Ice desert. Which is just any place with a bunch of ice.
What's that? Desert. The lightning sand? No, it's the something real slow sand. The slow sand. You know, you stand in it and like years later.
It would be the screeching eels, like the whispering.
The whispering
birds.
Yeah, when they're on their airship. The cliffs of sanity. You know, it'd be wonderful. Mm-hmm. Like it would be. Like I feel like we need to write this.
Would it be cliffs or a pit?
Oh yeah, like it couldn't be. But like, how much do you make opposite? You know?
Yeah, because like they climb up the cliff,
so they're like lowering into the pits of sanity.
Yeah, or do you keep it as a cliff?
Yeah, that's the hard thing. Like, how far is too far on the opposite?
Yeah, it's like it's whatever's funnier is the answer to that. I think
you're
question.
Right. You know, the cliffs of sanity are just like a small ledge in which you have to hop over. Mm-hmm. You know, like,
just the easiest thing. Just, when the man in white shows up, he's just like,
I'm waiting up here to save you. Like, you can't be to kill us.
Yeah,
waiting up here to save you. I think you would accept my help because I'm waiting up here to save you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like he doesn't even need help.
Doesn't need help.
It's so easy, but it's like there's still a whole scene there, and then they draw together.
An art contest? We're taking this too far. I think it's time for your drawing.
And then he had to go and challenge the dwarf to
the opposite of wrestling.
I don't know.
Like a chess match. A battle of the minds. Yeah.
Yep.
I can't even figure the battle of wits. Maybe like the battle of just like stupidity.
Yeah, like, just like you just like say puns back and forth.
Like real bad dad jokes until someone gives up.
Okay.
Oh, well, go watch Princess Bride. We're ruining.
I gotta draw
the memory of it. Yeah, you do.
Let's see. What
are you just gonna draw the Prince's Bride? Because honestly, that's a pretty decent take on the movie.
Yeah, I think I will.
Prince's Bride, which really makes more sense for the actual plot of the movie, as we've already established. It's about the Prince's Bride that he's trying to get.
Like, honestly, what you drew was like the Princess Bride.
Yeah,
because it's like the opposite.
Mm-hmm. How would you have
like they call her Princess Buttercup?
Yeah,
before she's even married to him, right?
Yeah, like what does that mean? If you're engaged to a prince, you're just a princess?
Like, was she just like a princess in hiding?
You know, that would make more sense.
Like, that would make sense to why she's there with some random guy.
I swear there's like some Sleeping Beauty curse involved in this whole thing.
Like, she's just like sent to the
Go
woods.
live in the woods without dwarves. Just a poor farm boy. Poor and perfect.
So I'm gonna start off drawing
with eyes like the sea after a storm.
The bride.
The bride.
Nose first, of course. course.
Oh, I didn't include Miracle Max.
Oh, yes. How do you draw hair
Ooh.
that isn't a disappointment to your family?
I have yet to learn how not to disappoint my family with my art. And myself. Oh, okay, that is just covering everything. Kind of like a
I mean, it's
kind of like a cocker spaniel ear.
Like that's the general shape of the hair, I guess. I need to like.
I cannot criticize your art.
And then she's got the arm coming out of the hair.
Ew. Why is there an arm coming out of her hair? Oh, like her shoulders up there.
Yeah.
There's not just like an arm coming out of her head. Oh, it is a woman. She is better looking than my bride. Mostly because she has 2 eyes. And a face that doesn't make you want to call your mother and cry.
Let's see if this hair can cover a multitude of sins.
I mean, she's already quite a looker. You know, because she has 2 eyes.
She can look in more than one direction.
What a strange saying. A looker? Like, what does that mean? Like people look at you because you're good looking? What does that even mean? You're good looking.
Mm-hmm.
You're good to look at?
You know what I think is interesting on the topic of looks is like we call women beautiful, you know, like full of beauty.
Yes, we do.
But men are handsome because they like, which means easily managed.
Wow, what a feminist term.
like men want women to be as full of beauty as possible.
What are
Women
you doing
want
to
men.
her teeth? What was that? You just gave her buck teeth.
Well, the
out of
teeth
nowhere,
go back into the hair.
Oh gosh, she was beautifuler before. You made her a brunette.
Yeah,
this is a rare example of hair creates a multitude of sins.
I wouldn't say multitude.
It creates buck teeth.
Like her hair is a little bit like it's not like well kept because she's on a farm.
Except go watch the beginning of Princess Bride, man. Those two clearly have like a beautician that
that's
lives
like all they have.
Yeah. They're like, what's this? I'm gonna go fetch some milk. Better go see Beatrice the Beauty Queen.
Beauty Queen. And so we'll draw the little shack she has.
The Princess Bride. She is as tall as the house, almost.
It's a real small shack.
You better make that.
Oh, do you remember?
Did she have to crawl through the door?
Yeah. Do you remember the scene? It's a little bit. It's like a bit in the back.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Like,
that's why it's like 6 inches.
Do you remember the scene where she like asks him for the pot?
Yeah, it's like right above her head.
The roof is like barely taller.
Yeah.
Than she is.
I know. He's just like out there chopping wood and stuff. Like there's so little backstory given to this movie. The more I think about it, I'm like, they're just
like, what are they doing there?
What's the opposite of the Dread Pirate Roberts? Just like the revered sailor Jim.
Jim is the opposite of Robert.
I don't
know. Like, how do I draw? How do I show perspective wise that this is actually farther back than we think?
What, that house?
Yeah,
I don't think it's possible at this point.
Let's draw. Okay, here's what I'll do.
I'm not unconvinced this is like a child's playhouse in the backyard.
There's gonna be now a fence.
There's going to be now a fence. Picture it, everybody. Picture the fence in your mind. picture the fence that fixes the whole perspective of this drawing somehow. Can you picture it? Me either.
It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it.
Doing the exact opposite. It's just showing that she is right next to the house. And it was built for the dwarf that I drew, clearly. Okay. Like, perspective is not something we were born knowing how to do, or learned how to do, or will. Isn't. You're drawing. Yeah, that's a fence. That one's advanced art technique. How are you going to explain that line?
Oh, you'll see. You'll see.
This fence post has a stripe. As does the one next to it. You know. Oh, yeah. That's good. And by good, I mean... This almost... It hides the door, which is helpful. That you drew. Gosh, that's a rickety fence. But I think it actually worked. I think you actually did what you set out to do. A rare accomplishment for the 2-4 artists.
These need to go a little bit farther down.
She'd be like, "Farm boy, fetch me the fence post that I'm nearly touching with my face." Isn't that how it works in the movie? She's like a bucket, like hanging. Like she could have grabbed it with her teeth if she wanted to. It was right in front of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now there's that.
He really was handsome. You know, just the most easily managed man known to man. Hand me that bucket that I'm basically touching. Like, as you wish.
Yeah. Because
beautiful lady, the only lady that I've ever seen.
If women are beautiful, and like if men were handful, like that'd be a bad thing.
I think calling anybody a handful is really just quite unfortunate.
Yeah, like it's a bad thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
They used to call women handsome though. Like that was a thing back in the day.
Back when it was the opposite.
I think back in this
you were
time
literally
period.
calling them easy to manage, and that would be called
Back before women were difficult.
that would be like sexist to say now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're easy to manage.
The greatest of compliments. Find a man, ladies, who says that you're easy to manage.
I've decided.
You won't find one. Like, if they're saying that, they're probably lying.
I've decided I'm going to draw a horse.
Oh, because those always go well for us, horses.
Like, I'm, like, afraid to draw a horse.
If your horse started out with 2 rectangles, you should be a little afraid. Yeah, I mean, your drawing has been going relatively well so far. You completed a perspective thing. It is goes without saying that something tragic has to happen, right?
I don't know. Your drawing wasn't good.
No, but
just like there's
it's
not
either
dues owed.
It's either a general sense of ungood or something good and something tragic that like takes away from the good.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's nothing like owed. So, like,
please let this horse not look like the dog you drew last time. Just why is there a horse? First of all, is he on the horse? Oh, Benj! It's a square face again. It's the horse with the shoebox head. What? It's like a pool noodle horse. This is just like watching a train wreck every week on this channel. Just watching. You want to come watch the weekly train accident?
Weekly train accident.
Is that a leg?
Yeah.
Coming off of the butt?
Where the leg's always attached to the butt. Where's your leg attached to?
Other places, man. Other places.
The horse is like weirdly. I don't know where to finish that sentence.
Oh, it happened. Why does he have so much taller hind legs? It's like a man mixed with a horse. It's clearly people in a horse costume again. Look at the face. It's like a limp noodle. This chimera of a monster that's just wandered into the... Gosh. She's like, farm boy, will you euthanize this poor creature? Farm boy, please. He's sitting on it. Gosh. Just, if that crawled out of the forest, it would be scary. Oh, what is that? What is that? What part of the human anatomy is a cotton ball? Why? Why, Benj? Why? The drawing on the right was all right. It's like a bumblebee with a leg. Tell me that's not. Just give it some wings. Oh, no. No matter who rides up on this horse, like, you can't. Oh, God, what is that? Is that the. I don't think that any creature has a square-shaped face as much as this.
Oh, I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Imagine this thing walking. It doesn't like prance like a horse. It crawls across the ground. You know, it's like a spider horse. Its legs are just long and outstretched, and you just hear like a scurrying as it comes towards you. You know, like there's one long leg. Clown boy. Oh, okay, that is some hair. You know, he is riding a horse he's as big as the horse, I think, right? Like this is a pony to him. His legs are as long and as thick as the horse's. Okay, last thing I'll say. Maybe. All I can picture is that this, I'm guessing, prince or jester or confused ice cream truck man, I don't know. But I imagine his horse died. And he's just like, you there, servant, become my horse, dress up, and we will strut into town. You with the really long right leg, you be the back. You with the square-shaped face, you're the front. We ride to the princess, to my bride. Okay, now the horse has just been like kidnapped. Like he looks so shocked. So we should make a new rule for the channel. You know, ballpoint pen, only black ink, no erasing, no horses, none, no more horses. We don't do them justice. Anyone was wondering what a horse looks like. There's gonna be a whole section of our gallery one day that's just horses in quotes. The horses gallery, you know. I stand by that if that thing walks, it does not walk like a horse. It walks like a spider.
One leg is so much longer.
Yeah, it just drags that leg. You know, it's like scurry, scurry, drag, scurry, scurry, drag, scurry, scurry, drag.
Like the other 3 legs are practically the same length.
Yeah, that one leg, we don't even see the end of it.
You know, it's farther than that.
You should just draw a fence in front of it. It might fix the perspective.
I don't think there's a way to fix the perspective of this. Okay. Here's how I'm gonna fix the perspective.
No,
I'm gonna try. Okay. First of all, hooves are now colored in.
That fixes everything. Oh, you're just gonna add a hoof on the other one? Like a 3-foot long hoof? Oh,
here.
You're right. I was right. It's just... now its leg is just real fat.
That's better than...
It is, in a way.
And then what is that thing it's like standing on?
It's fine if we don't explain it. Just you could make the whole road like cobblestone up to that point. Or
cobblestone road. That's what we're dealing with here. Like I don't want to spend too much time making this.
Like it just ends halfway through the horse, you know? Like when you've arrived at the farmhouse that she lives in. So is this how Humperdinck, like, which is a great name, by the way. Humperdinck, is this just how, like, he arrived one day and was like, "You there, be my bride." And she's like, "Well, my gorgeous farm boy hasn't come back, so
may as well. Like, I literally can't live here alone."
"Sure, your horse seems to have something wrong with its hind leg, though. Maybe we should take it out back and shoot it or something." Because they didn't have guns. I don't want to think about it.
The road, you know,
let it
like
free.
It's kind of failed.
Let your horse free, and I will come.
It just becomes dirt after that. So it's so much better. Like it's like why?
Just look at the horse.
I think this is the best horse I've ever drawn on this channel.
That is unfortunately true. Tragically true. Oh, it's so good. So this is how it works. Just be my bride.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he's just obviously a prince. Like I don't have to explain that.
Prince is he's dressed like a lighthouse. Why? Why does he resemble a lighthouse on the cliff?
Well, he's wearing like a you know how like back in those days men obviously wouldn't wear like a corset, but it's like something like that. Like keeps
very straight. Smooth.
Yeah, like it just like keeps you straight.
Gosh. He's just like in a Pringles can.
Yeah. Give him good posture at all times while riding his horse.
Just to be clear, she says yes to this.
She doesn't have it. Like, he's not asking her.
They don't show that scene in Princess Bride, but like we've seen Humperdinck.
Mm-hmm.
She says yes at some point.
Well, no, does she though?
I mean,
he's not asking a question here.
I see. There's an exclamation mark.
He's just like
a six-fingered man lurking in the distance.
He heard about the beautiful people farm. He's like, that's where I'm going to get my bride.
Beautiful people farm sounds so creepy.
Prince
apostrophe
is it apostrophe S?
Prince's.
Yeah, because it would apostrophe after if it's multiple.
Yeah, you just take out the apostrophe and add an S, and it's Princess Bride. You almost wonder if that was like a typo on the manuscript, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like she's not a princess, but like we said, everyone does call her Princess Buttercup.
So she must have been a princess, right?
But like, why is she there?
Like her kingdom was reduced to one small cottage in the woods.
Also, she was kidnapped to start a war.
Florin.
Yeah, so it's like was that only because she was going to get married to this guy?
Florin and Gilder. Maybe she's the princess of Gilder.
But also, What's his face? Why I don't remember
Humperdinck?
his name. No, the guy that
Inigo Montoya.
originally kidnaps her.
Venezi. Or, yeah. Right? Venezi?
Yeah, that guy and Prince Humperdinck had the exact same plan. They were both going to kill her and
start a war.
blame the other nation to start a war. They should have just like worked together. That's all I'm saying. Like,
you know who's been kidnapped in this drawing is clearly the horse. Like, he looks in distress.
well, I mean, like you mentioned, that guy is quite a bit bigger than.
He's also clearly riding two servants. Like, I love that horse. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Princess Bride.
Like, so much better than all
He's
the
just
other.
been, like, stung by a bee.
Combined.
The leg. Yeah, you know, it's just...
And the head is so small. The leg is smaller.
I find it fun how often we draw horses badly but differently. Like, eventually I think we'll run out of bad ways to make horses.
like we're trying to change how we do it so that it's not bad in the same
Yeah, but we
way.
just discover a new bad way to do it every week. We also draw horses too often.
Well, because it's like the same thing. Like, we want to draw like an epic guy. Like, we try that so often.
Doesn't work.
Like, let's draw a cool guy. And what do cool, awesome, epic guys often do? They ride horses.
It's true. It's true.
And like, no aspect of an awesome guy can we draw. The horse,
Wow, that was very poetic.
the hair,
No aspect
cape.
of a guy we can draw.
like we've never drawn
Upon yonder.
a good-looking cape.
My cape day was all right.
What, your cape looked like it was just part of the hair.
Wasn't it? Not where capes attach?
We've never drawn a good-looking cape. We've never drawn a manly-looking man.
Yeah, we should make, like I said, we should make more rules. No cool people, no horses, no perspective.
No capes.
No capes.
I somewhat fixed the perspective thing.
That's true. Except for the horse's leg.
I technically fixed that. It's still fat, but
It is less creepy this way. I will give you that. It's not like some, not some like Lovecraftian nightmare horse now. It's just
like it looks like it can walk now.
yeah. I mean, that one leg, you just hear like a thud, 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 is it? Thunders along on that one leg.
It can't gallop, that's for sure.
I think the three other legs might. That one just drags behind. It's like a three-legged gallop.
When it needs like a jump or something, that leg.
All right, moving on. Go watch Princess Bride tonight. If you've never seen it, it's not possible, but you've seen it.
Our one fan out there that maybe hasn't seen it.
Yeah, this is. If people have never seen it and they see this, they're like, "No thanks."
Yeah. Just know we drew like the opposite.
Yeah,
like both.
The movie is a cinematic masterpiece on more than one level. Our art, on the other hand,
it's a masterpiece
in more than one level. Yeah. Like a lower level.
A lot of different lower levels.
Basement level. Anyway. Go and arts be with you.
That's a different.
Yeah, it's like it's our art benediction. May your ink always flow in the direction you want it to go. See you next week.
Bye.
That one rhymed.
It did.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.